All right, Capricorn, welcome to your monthly horoscope for May of 2015. My name is Athen. Let's go ahead and look at your chart for this month. We've got, right off the bat on the 3rd, we have the full moon here in your 10th house of work, career, and everything on a public level. So that's quite nice. You guys had a new moon in your 4th a couple of weeks ago last month relating to home, family, your past, your roots. And so it is a culmination and awareness point of a lot of these things relating to home, family, past, your emotions, your sentiments. And so being aware of those things while at the same time, it can be a high point of your work or career that if you've been involved in that area over the past 6 months. So 6 months ago, you had a new moon in the 10th, so now is a culmination point of the last 6 months in relation to that. And so it's a twofold culmination, one on the 10th house and then one on the 4th house with these things relating to home and family, etc., because this is what this full moon of the lunar cycle is about. So the key with all full moons is, of course, to balance, but I think your awareness of the work sector, career sector should be quite high around the 3rd. Then I think also also relating to the home, family, domestic life, emotional life, your sentiments, all these things are 4th house. So high point with that if you've been working on anything in that particular area over the past 2 weeks. And by working on, I just mean having that conscious awareness of and putting that conscious intent onto it. So that's the 3rd. That's going to be a very important time. On the 6th, we have Venus shifting signs. She's going to be going into that 6th house of yours. So this is going to be a sort of shift where Venus was in your 5th house before, which has been hopefully the opportunity for you to enjoy creativity, to enjoy fun, playfulness, romance, lightheartedness. With Venus in that 5th, now you have the opportunity to enjoy the routine and the health and the diet and self-improvement and taking care of things. So Venus is going to be there for the end of the month starting on the 6th. So enjoy those things, connect to those things. A lot of your relationships will probably have that sort of tinge to them. So that's very nice. That's on the 6th. Then around the 10th, we have Mars shifting into your 5th. And the 5th house is what's really being activated for you this month. We've had Mercury already there at the beginning of the month where I think you've been thinking about, again, the creative elements, your self-expression, your joy, your fun. Your self-expression is like the general look at the 5th. So generally for all of you, on some level, your self-expression. And so with Mercury there, I think you've been thinking about that. And this is going to be an important time because Mercury is going to go retrograde later on this month. And now with Mars shifting in here on the 10th, very motivated to express yourself, to get involved with the 5th house related things, romance, playfulness, all those things. Okay, so Mars here and Mercury is very much activating it, and then Mars into June, put energy into it. This is also small business, entrepreneurship, speculation, all these things are 5th house related. Creative projects. So whatever that is for you, use that Mars energy. Mars, these they're at the bottom of the chart. Mars and the Sun, they like to be at the top of the chart. So I mean, the energy level might be a little bit on the low side just because Mars just came out of the 4th house, but he is on his way up. So I think you'll notice probably an energy over last month in particular. But Mars was exalted, so I don't know. It may have been easy, may have not been, but he's moving up, and the Sun too. They like to be up at the top of the chart up here. So anyways, with the increased energy, put that into those creative elements. We've got on the 17th, we've got the new moon taking place. Over there, right on the cusp of your 4th house and your 5th house. So what that's signifying is that, well, first of all, sometimes we do have a new moon and a full moon in the same house. And so sometimes we have like 2 new beginnings, for example, in the same area. So in a way, you do have that. You kind of have 2 new beginnings in home, in family, in your sentiments, your emotional connections, your past area of your life with the 4th house, but also in your 5th house because it's happening so close to the cusp. And it is in the sign of Taurus, which is 5 signs from Capricorn. So naturally, you will definitely feel probably more of a propensity of this 5th house. Okay, so this is new beginnings relating to the self-expression and joy and fun and what motivates you, what gets you energized. Mars in the 5th is what gets you energized and gets you passionate, gets you involved get you expressing yourself. And so that energy there is going to be highlighted. So around the new moon, around the 18th, around the 17th and 18th, a few days before, a few days after, just reflect on these areas, 4th and 5th house. And then as the moon starts to fill up, you'll know more and more about what these new beginnings are. Set your intentions for the next lunar cycle, the next 2 weeks from this point, and also for the next 6 months, relating to, again, both home and fun. And in a way, they're mixed. It's going to be like a mix. Maybe it's like you're thinking about doing something home related, it's really exciting. Or maybe you're thinking about doing something very creative, but it's very emotional, like in a good way. Stuff like that, So that's going to be the new moon energy. Then on the 18th and 19th, we have Mercury going retrograde in that 5th house. So there's something going on with your self-expression. Something that needs to be reworked, rethought, rehashed, thinking about it. You've already been thinking about it, but now there's something that's being redone here. So around the 18th and 19th, while he's stationed, reflect on it, think about it, and then he's going to go retrograde for a few weeks. So what we want to do during a retrograde and here in your 5th house is work creatively. Express yourself. Get involved, because Mercury learns through experience. So get involved, get expressing yourself, get passionate, enjoy yourself, have fun, be playful, all that you're learning more about this part of life. Okay, children, for those of you who have children, also is 5th house. So put in that practical Mercury wanting to understand through experience, through the practical application, and that's how you're going to learn the most from this Mercury retrograde. Then he's going to go direct in June, which will then move forward a lot of these things you've learned about the 5th house. Then on the 20th, we have then the Sun going into the 5th. Okay, so this is a great placement for the Sun. Again, still gaining momentum. Energy should be improving and all of that as well. The Sun in the 5th is about expressing yourself and finding the passion in that. So again, the Sun here illuminates. So I think around the 20th, by this point, it's this incremental learning more and more about your passions and things. But when the Sun goes in here, it just makes it known. It just makes it visible. So you'll be seeing what it is that really gets your creative juices flowing, what gets your passion flowing. And there's an opportunity for that because the Sun's going to shine its light in this part of your chart so you can see that. So see it. It's like a torch. It's like a flashlight. So use that time period around, it's around the 20th. So it's this whole time period, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, all around there. And in a couple aspects I want to show you this month is on the 27th. We have Mercury conjuncting up to Mars again. The last time this happened was in the 4th house. So last month, perhaps you learned more about what motivates you about home or family, and where you can put energy and things like this. So now Mercury is aspecting that same planet, but in your 5th house. So it'll be the same thing, except not about home and family necessarily, but about your creativity, your passion, entrepreneurship, speculation, all these things. 5th house, self-expression. Learning what motivates you about that. And then on the 30th, Mercury conjuncts up to the Sun, but he's in front of the Sun this time because he's retrograde. So there's a passion coming through. And I think by the 30th, in terms of looking at it this month, it's a high point in terms of the highest awareness of what you're understanding about all of these 5th house related things. So Capricorn, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you'd like a personal reading looking at your personal chart for this Sidereal Astrology, do check the link down below. And if you're new to Sidereal, do check the link because it's very different from Western, and it changes your sign even and things like this. So you'll want to check that out. And this is very general for the month. So if you want a more specific day-by-day aspects of this month, do check out the weeklies where I go into detail on those things. All right, Capricorn, have a good time. I'll see you next time. Take care.